Okay, so this is part 2 about the cancer perspective. So I do have a lot of people who died of cancer in my family, but I also have a couple of people that had cancer and are still alive today and cancer free. So I have to say that because we attract the evidence that we want. I also have a couple of stories I can share with you about that other people who healed, and that's why we attract the evidence that we believe, right? So now I want to tell you how I see cancer as being a blessing in my life instead of being something that ripped my life apart. If my husband was meant to die, no matter what, right? If your date is already kind of pre-arranged, one second. So if you're meant to die a certain whatever, right? Let's say it's predestined. I am grateful that my husband, and I'm sorry for those that had that loss. I mean, for you, it was the way you guys needed it to happen. For me, I was very able to find a way that cancer was able to give me the time I needed to process the loss I was having, right? I would not have been strong enough, most likely, to have a bad news saying, hey, your husband died in a car crash, or he wasn't working in mines, right? So, or having a call saying, yeah, there's a rock that just, fell on him, which was one of my biggest fear all my life for my dad and my husband, that when they would go underground, it would just squish them, because I had heard stories, right? So for me, cancer had given me time to say my last words, to be there, be the person I want to be, the loving and gently nurturing person that I am, to make sure I had as much memories as I could with my kids and myself and him. I was able to give him the best of me. And so for me, I was able to say, I needed, which is kind of closure, but it was not really closure, because at the end, my husband still didn't say goodbye. But I was able to be there and starting to grieve progressively. I have my 2 babies, right? So for me, it was a good thing to be able to see it coming and prepare for it. So how did cancer help me? With my mom, I was able to be there in her final moment. And every time I was, praying, I even told my husband before he died, I said, if there's something I would like is if I can be there when you pass away, right? For me, I asked them, when my mom and my husband passed away, I was there by their side. So the universe gave me what I asked, right? So we have the power. Everything is neutral in life, but we have the power to see if it was a good thing or a bad thing. So I choose to see consciously how him having cancer, instead of being triggered, oh my God, I'm gonna have cancer too right now. It's like, that's how his soul chose that. I'm gonna do a part 3.